back together again, I swear.
Did you record the last one?
I did.
Great.
So 4351, the cheerleader with the Uzi. Is that where we're at?
Yeah. And we're back. Back again.
What's going to happen? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that is the poster.
Yep. That's what you paid your money for.
Yep. Girls with Uzis.
Okay, and sound is great on the broadcast.
Oh, good.
All right. Cool, man. Now we go to a montage.
Oh, but we got
first,
we skipped over the Dharma Initiative, the world's weirdest matte painting.
You don't learn a whole lot about them at this point, though. Like, you think that they've built a survival bunker and that they're bringing kids in.
What I did like is how they did frame the scene where like they're talking like in the military cubicle, and then they show you the matte painting, and you realize that they don't have a ceiling, which is just like, oh, this kind of sucks.
They're in some kind of cavern, right?
Yeah,
You know?
like a Cheyenne Mountain sort of situation.
Yeah, but Cheyenne Mountain is actually pretty enclosed. There's no cavernous roof. It's just, pretty stuff in there.
We got the. This is the. There we go. Yeah, just put that right there.
We definitely can't let that run.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? We'll get like Cyndi Lauper and Atlantic releasing against us.
Yeah, she'll step on me with her sexy boots. Is that her thing?
Sure. Well, I mean, if you think about it, this is probably the most expensive scene in the whole movie between the music, having to get the retail establishment lined up, the 5 punk rock guards, and all this stuff costs a pile to film, right? So this is like probably half the budget of the damn movie.
Probably not so much in 1984.
Yeah, maybe. This was filmed in a department store that I've never heard of. It's like Bullens or something. It's like,
but it is a good reminder of how like department stores used to be like the most fantastic place ever, and now like you can buy 5 of them with a $20 bill, assuming you take on their debt.
And you get some change.
And then the only thing that you can do with it is turn it into grow houses for weed.
Yeah, and like DMVs.
So that means that the last guy on Earth is either a gentleman or a fag.
Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have let that run.
That didn't age well. That didn't age well.
No, it did not. Although I will say there isn't a lot of that in this. We've seen some stuff where it's a little more cringy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I do love the scene where she is a mannequin. She. It's. I think shortly. Yeah. So just hit play here, and it's literally the next frame.
It's 57:28. It's my note.
Oh, is it?
Thank you, Rob.
The old pretend you're a mannequin trick. The first thing you learn in Special Forces.
Whoa!
But again, ladies with guns. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great scene.
And they're all dolled up because they just went on a shopping spree.
A shopping montage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have the power of Cyndi Lauper with you, if the Goonies have taught us anything, it's that's the key.
It is indeed.
So
this
now this guy gets like a tough guy swagger sequence. Play the next 5 seconds or so. Like this guy in this movie is like, oh man, he's so bad.
Yep.
It's so cool.
He's going to join the Axe Gang.
He's got an embroidered jacket.
That's
an
true.
Embroidered smoking jacket. That's his name.
Does that say Willie?
It says Willie.
Yeah, Willie's waited his whole life here to get a chance to be as terrible as he feels.
Right?
He's living his best, worst life now that the comet came through. Because, being a a Rick Ocasek impersonator just doesn't pay very well, even in the 80s.
I just figured he has like Laverne envy.
Oh, right.
There you go.
She always had those great shirts.
Hostage. You're crazy! I'm not crazy, I just don't give a fuck.
Oh. Sorry, internet.
That's okay. We didn't mark it for kids anyway.
I'm not sure that we've marked it for human.
This is also where you find out that these are the stock boys.
Yeah, and he says he wants to play. Well, the game he wants to play is the most terrible noise, and I'd be like, okay, but I'm gonna need a quart of mineral oil and a package of expired hummus.
I worked at a grocery store for a pretty long time and stocked a lot of shelves. And I got to tell you, if the opportunity presented itself for me to rule the store in some sort of zombie apocalypse with my Uzi and my cool embroidered jacket with my name on it, I might go for it.
Yeah, I think this was targeting you specifically.
For sure. Oh, some more orange sky. Good.
Do you have to drink when there's orange sky?
I don't have to drink anymore? Oh, Santa baby. I don't have to drink anymore. I finished my cup when the sound broke.
Can I just say, this quote radio station unquote is the least convincing set I've ever seen.
No, this looks like a someone's like lobby that they were like, okay, now we'll put a DJ booth on one end and it's a radio station.
Yeah,
Counts.
I mean, it's cheap.
No acoustic foam, no like on air light.
I mean, this is clearly just like the stock room in the prop warehouse. It's just, yeah.
A serum. We were exposed. Not a lot. Just enough. They left the ventilating ducts wide open. The fan.
So that explains it, right?
So the rules.
The rules.
Like, so the little garden shed was sealed and had extremely high quality HEPA air filters. Is that
Sure.
what you're saying?
Yep.
Or that projection booth was
Projection
so sealed that they didn't die overnight from a lack of oxygen. And the back of the truck where Chakotay got chlamydia, it's like, come on. You're telling me that those things were better sealed
But
than
the bunker,
bunker's air handling mechanism?
Well, they left it on. They left it open. It was a mistake. It was human error. You see, the downfall of humanity was our own hubris.
Hubris, absolutely.
Right.
Figured it was something like that.
So, a few seconds of this scene because
No, I can't remember. How much blood were we expected to get?
Yeah.
like this was for me the kind of creepiest part of the movie. It's just like people like, oh
Yeah.
300 cc's. That sounds right.
Sure.
They're just producing blood. They're brain dead. It's like
Yeah. And then they spent a lot of time showing his hand twitching.
Yep.
And
Implying that he still had cognitive function. It's like,
and talking about how the kids are next, and
Yep.
time to go drain the kids.
and then that teenager looking forward to it. She has such nice hair. It's like, I'm like, y'all are a little Manson family crazy here.
See this goes back, I think, too, to my other fundamental rules question, or it's really my timeline question. This has only been 24 or 48 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're still on day one.
So these people have gone like full on crazy, like within 24 hours.
That it was an accelerating condition that was happening and would happen over 48 hours. And then it's like, no, we don't have a week, we have hours, of this progressive condition of turning into Old Bay seasoning.
I'm just saying, like, they lost their humanity a little faster than I find believable. Like, if I'm going to lose my humidity, I think it takes 36 hours.
Yeah. Okay. So that's when you'll start like if you're not like these people, if they got stuck in an elevator, they'd resort to cannibalism within a half hour.
Half hour? The button didn't work. Eat Joe.
Time to drain your blood. I'm sorry, it's you or me.
Yep.
And then there's the kids. So let's take care of you, and then we're gonna get to the kids.
Yeah.
And then that teenager with the nice hair.
We are morals.
I pressed the button. The fire department didn't immediately call back. It's time to exsanguinate Nate.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. This is the message of The Walking Dead or Blood Quantum or any of these movies. It's not the zombies you have to worry about. It's the people.
The real enemy was us all along.
The real enemy was the journey
So-
we took to the zombies.
At this point in the movie, I thought maybe it's time for the think tank to rethink the requirements necessary to be a part of the organization, right? Like, they definitely need to redo the org chart or something because these people are incompetent.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if they ever filmed a montage of the person turning the vents on during the global apocalypse.
Mhm.
Oh, poison outside. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Ah! Wacky Phil.
No, that's what they did over in Vault 13.
Right? Yeah. Remember, this predated Fallout.
What? Really?
Also, they took a lot of time plastering that crappy logo everywhere.
Yeah.
That is a bad logo.
Yeah,
You really
but
want,
it's inspired Dharma Project, so.
What's the Saul Bass? You didn't get Saul Bass to design your logo?
I don't know, just
So everything's going to hell.
Pretty much.
Plan isn't working.
And they don't have enough light bulbs.
So the line here, when they try to give the gas to the little girl, is she says, "I don't know. My parents told me never to breathe anything from strangers." And I thought, wow, that is very thorough parenting.
Yeah.
I mean, never make a pact with fairies. Never use steel water skis in a thunderstorm, and never breathe anything from strangers.
I do like the tag here, going to see Santa.
Yeah. That's extra
Well, that's
dark.
what they said, to the kids. So,
That's dark, man. I don't like it.
yeah, but
But they save them, right?
I'd say these kids are very durable for having lost their parents and all of society.
And a gallon of
being
blood.
taken- yeah, and then being taken by these wackadoos who want to milk them, and then they're just like, "Oh, look, it's Uncle Hector."
It's someone else. We're probably fine.
Yeah.
They've witnessed multiple murders. I mean, yeah, these are truly the best children of the apocalypse.
I mean, they're so durable. I mean,
Oop.
these kids,
Hold on. I think I'll rewind just so we can watch an explosion. We've earned it. Yay!
So I would actually like you to rewind another before he reaches over, because it's just it's really the hubris of the zombie population, and they're in such a hurry. So if you hit play into the scene where the guy is in the car, and he's like, "Move your butt,"
You want this guy?
I also,
No, yeah. Shortly after this, he flips them off. It angers the zombies because they can't stand the middle finger.
Everybody knows they're notoriously vulnerable to it.
Yeah,
Also-
I mean, it's their kryptonite.
also, I appreciate that the dynamite doesn't make the vehicle move at all. Just flames erupt from it. I mean, it doesn't even rock to the side or anything. It's just all of a sudden there's fire.
Yeah, but I want the scene where he's like, "Hey, get in the car! We have to get after that guy who flipped us off." She's like, "Oh, you rascally rabbit, you."
Real soon.
It's just like this whole cowboy thing. So this is great.
See, that guy went full emperor, and it's only been 24 hours?
Well, it's been yes, it's an accelerating progressive condition. But
Sure.
the best part is what he says right here, and then he reaches over and turns on the car.
Wait, don't.
Wait, don't.
They did get their money out of that boom.
Yeah.
So did we.
And the kids are like, "Fireworks." Yeah, so that was it. I just thought that was the dumbest scene. It's like, so he's not only he's smart enough to know how to turn on a car and be in a hurry and be offended by the flipping off, but but he's not smart enough to not just reach over and blow himself up. But okay. And then we have the canonical scene.
Yeah.
This might be the single most 80s outfit in this movie, excluding maybe the outfit that she's wearing when she punches her mom or when she's getting beat up.
The leotards.
This is very 80s.
This is so. Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
We're waiting for the light to change.
We do not cross against the light.
I'd also like to point out that they must have gone back to the mall.
True.
It's true.
I would guess,
And then
though...
the children's department for formal wear.
Yeah.
But now she's wearing something very conservative, like whatever the. Like that's
Yeah.
practically like Amish.
She's almost ready to become a sister wife.
Or did they go to like church? You know, it's
Yeah.
like, why are you dressed like this?
I'm assuming. But again, if you're going to survive the zombie apocalypse, you probably should live at the mall. I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff there. You can live off of like peanut M&Ms and stuff for a long time.
Especially if the electricity still works, which it does because the crossing signals are working.
All right.
Hard to secure though. It's way too big.
Yeah.
Lots of points of entry.
Night of the Living Dead has taught us that if you keep it secure, you keep the
Are
gate,
you nuts?
probably the best
Auntie
place to ride it
Regina?
out.
You may as well face the facts, Samantha. The whole burden of civilization has fallen upon us.
Right? The burden of civilization is on them.
Yeah.
We're going to be fine. Although that... I guess we have a thing happening, but at this moment, though, it seems like that blonde kid is going to be like, I guess you and me, right?
Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
we were about that age, you know.
my note here was that just for the sake of decency, I won't discuss the minimum number of breeding individuals necessary to maintain a healthy population, but
We're
it's
short.
definitely more than 6.
Yeah, I think we have a Cain and Abel situation here.
Yeah. Here's 7 coming right up.
But don't worry, because there's a hunk coming for you too, blonde girl.
Thanks. I have 23 of them. You want to go for a ride?
So
I didn't go to the mall. I went to the car dealership.
So he sure, clearing out the dealership, totally reasonable, you know, thing to do after an apocalypse. Great. But the license plate, it's like the boutonniere on the Cote. It's like, okay, I get maybe you're a fantastic tailor and you can tailor the suits and make them work for you, right? But he's also a florist, and we also have a license plate manufacturing kid in Danny Mason Keener here.
Well, I mean, he clearly took that license plate off of his vehicle and put it on his new car. You know, because he is also obeying the traffic rules. He thought he could go, you know, at the light. So this
that's actually the twist to Night of the Comet 2, where you think he is DMK, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out he's not.
Nope.
Then
He killed
DMK comes to find his vanity plate back, you know.
and get himself back on the high scoreboard at the movie theater.
That's the post-credit sequence.
Because that's what's really important in this movie. Yeah. Oh, DMK.
There we go.
Like at the beginning of the movie, you know, the really important thing, he got 6th highest high score in that video game.
Yep. You used about 40 seconds of screen time to develop that. Though it is kind of weird, right? Because he's around. I don't know.
Yeah, but that, you know, it's Did
Did they tell us what steel thing he slept in?
I don't remember, but so June of '84. When is this set? Do you know the month? I don't remember the month.
I mean, it's California. Who knows what scene it is, or what season it is?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. So it's worth pointing out that in the movie Hard to Die, which is about women who are terrorized in a lingerie outlet in a high-rise office building, which makes total sense. Kelly Maroney, her character is named D. Mason Keener as a tribute to her love from Night of the Comet. So,
Oh, wow.
so
And
DMK would follow Kelly around because she really liked it.
I really like her in Chopping Mall, but I just find Chopping Mall to be like the single most adorable, like weird 80s thing ever.
Sure.
It's terrible for sure.
Well, it's funny where she pops up over the years. Like she was in True Blood for like a second, sure.
Let's play football in the street, just like The Room.
Yeah, how's that not crossing against the light?
Right?
No, she was so retentive about not crossing on the light. Now they're just playing street football.
They aren't taking the rules seriously.
There's just too many inconsistencies at the end of this movie.
Yeah, it's really good till that closing scene.
I question the integrity of this movie for sure.
This is kind of a stupid movie, but man, is it fun, right?
Absolutely.
I can't believe you hadn't seen it before.
No. I was really, my childhood, as we discussed earlier, I was raised by fairly Christian parents, and monster movies were very much frowned upon. I could get away with fantasy epic or science fiction, but zombie movies were pretty much not even a thing in my childhood, with very few exceptions. I didn't see any of like the Jason movies or the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, any of that stuff until like college. Chopping Mall's a good one in that vein, though. I find that movie just charming, but also because it has robots that go through the mall and murder people. Whose turn is it next, Nate?
I think it is mine.
Oh, sweet.
I gotta figure one out. I gotta look at the list again.
The list is pretty dead now. There's still a few good things in there.
I was trying to figure out what our rules should be for movie selection, because if we keep going with this, we have to save Gremlins for Christmas, because that's like mid 80s schlock fest for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Nate. Well, your homework is to tell us what we're going to watch next week. Maybe I'll have sound that works properly by then.
All right.
This has been episode 485 of Geeks in Space, part 2. Thanks, Rob Roseboom.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, Chris DeBona.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Nate Ostendorp.
I'm not crazy.
That's debatable. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda, and I don't think the theme song is going to be working, but I'll see you guys Friday.